This interview is brought to you today by Mines and Money in association with Red Cloud. Hello, I'm Chloe Singer-Johnston from Mines and Money, and I'm joined today by Jim McDonald, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Kootenay Silver. Thank you so much for being with us today, Jim.
Hi, Chloe. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Firstly, would you give us a brief overview of Kootenay Silver?
Yeah, so Kootenay Silver is a junior exploration company. We're focused on the discovery of silver deposits in Mexico, focused in Mexico. We've made several discoveries over the years. We've got two different resource calculations and two different projects, totaling over 136 million ounces of silver equivalent in the measured indicated category and about another 35 million in inferred. There's a third discovery we don't yet have a calculation on, called La Negra. Our resources are on the La Ciguera property and Promontorio La Negra, which is a separate property with two discoveries. And our focus currently is on a really exciting brand new high-grade vein discovery in Mexico called Columba, where we're getting just incredible results on a project that looks like it's had hardly any erosion at all, so almost entirely preserved, this new silver discovery.
Fantastic. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Columba, as I said, it's classic Mexican vein system, real high grades of silver. Its setting is in a caldera, so think of a volcano crater. And the bottom of that crater is just exposed the top of the veins where you start to see the silver. Everything else is preserved underneath it. And we've now been able to map those structures and through drilling and mapping, define a vein system that's 4 kilometers in one direction and almost 3 kilometers in another. So that size of footprint is the kind of size of system where you can see something in the order of multiples of 100 million ounces of silver. Now we're still in the drilling discovery phase here, but we've got this huge potential for what this thing could become.
Fantastic. And what can we expect in the next 12 months with your major drill program?
Yeah, so we've already drilled 135 holes, about 35,000 meters of drilling. And 27,000 meters drilling, 135 holes. And so we've identified a number of real high-grade veins that we're going to be following up on, things like what we call the D vein, where we're getting intercepts like 17.8 meters at 650 grams per ton silver. 90 meters deeper, there's 34 meters of half kilo. So numbers like these are what we're following up. So what we've got designed a 50,000 meters of follow-up drilling that will be done in a few stages as we finance it. But yeah, that drilling will result in a maiden resource, and we're hoping that maiden resource could be pretty close to something around 100 million ounces, depending on results, of course. So we're going to be embarking on the first stage of that here shortly. And be looking forward to some hopefully really exciting results, follow-up results on these great hits coming in the fall.
That sounds great. And can you tell us about your mining sector experience and that of your core management team?
Yeah, so we've got a really great team down in Mexico. A number of these geologists have been with us for over 10 years down there. Dale Britleaf recently joined us as the VP of Exploration. We used to work with Dale quite a few years ago. He's a ton of experience in Mexico. Our board and management's really well-rounded and go to the high level because we've got experience right from that prospecting boot and hammer stage all the way up to resource discovery, definition, feasibility, the mine building, and the mine operations. My experience goes right through all of those gambits, and we've also got the experience in management and the board of financing each one of those stages along the way. So in terms of depth of experience for a junior company, I think we're one of the better companies out there in terms of that, for sure.
Sounds great, thank you. And who are your key investors and shareholders?
So we've got key shareholders are like Eric Sprott, who most people know is a big shareholder, Condire, a fund out of Dallas, Texas, a large shareholder. We've got Sprott invested as well, Eric Sprott personally, and then the Sprott funds invested as well. And then we've got quite a few high net worth and institutional style investors out of Europe, and probably account for around 30% of the stock.
Great. And how is North Mexico, where you have mines, as a mining jurisdiction? How do you work with the local communities?
So we've been there a long time, and our staff is pretty much all Mexican down in Mexico. And we have, right from the beginning, that's where it starts on the ground with the local people. So just even at the exploration stage, you introduce yourself, you develop really good relationships down there. We haven't had any troubles on our projects in Mexico as far as access or other issues. And we've got on all our major projects, we've got access agreements with the owners where we're working, and have maintained these excellent relationships. At this early stage, you're investing a significant amount of money, but you're really just drilling holes. And so we structure deals where we rent the surface access, and then you also do things like improvement on the land. If the landowners want improvement, they want fences or maybe a bit of road repair, things like that. So we do what we can. And then during COVID, for example, one project that we actually don't have anymore, we were bringing in care packages of medical equipment, sanitary equipment, masks, all that sort of thing.
Great. And there are, lastly, there are a number of silver mining companies out there. What separates you from your peers?
What separates Kootenay Silver from our peers?
Yes.
I say we've got one of the largest silver resource assets in Mexico for a junior company. And we've got a really experienced management and board of directors with the capability not only technically on the ground, but financially in the markets as well. So I think that distinguishes us in our track record of discovery.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jim. It's been great to hear all of your news and opportunities. For those that would like to find out more, please head to kootenaysilver.com. This interview is brought to you by Mines and Money in association with Red Cloud. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Chloe.
Resourcing tomorrow, accelerating the energy transition. 100+ countries represented. And together with government representatives, mining and energy professionals, ESG experts, financial and professional services, industry associations, investors, and consultants, Resourcing Tomorrow will address critical mineral supply, the energy transition, environmental resilience, the circular economy, ESG, our future workforce, AI automation and machine learning, digitalization, mineral processing and plant optimization, exploration and development projects. Have your say in the future of our industry. Join us for Resourcing Tomorrow from 28 to 30 November 2023. Register today